What's the update on the grant? Does anybody know? Cause it was supposed to be a matching grant.
Yeah, I know he's working on it.
When is the?
I mean, tell me this now.
No,
you cannot
no,
tell
what
me
I'm
what is
asking
going on
is-
with the go-kart tracks.
Madam Sir Chair, as the city clerk, I will stand with a point of order. The point of order is our current budget hearing, so the subject is on the budget matter, the allocations for the budget matters. Let's stay on subject, please.
I know you have the floor.
You good?
I am.
The money was approved by the council, the $2 million, and it was allocated by putting 500,000 in 2023 to be used as needed for the purchase of property. And then the remaining balance of the other $1.5 million was going to be allocated in 2024. So we're putting it there, so as the project advances and the need, the money is there. For the 2024 year as well as the 2023 year. We may have to make adjustments as needed to make sure we can pay, because there are contracts for 6 and 9. So we'll have to move through that process to make sure we can meet all of those and have operating capital as we move forward. So some money from carryover may have to go there, I'm not sure, if we fall short. Because, and for operating, I'm sure we may have to do that. But,
Now, this is the budget, it's fluid,
And so-
it's fluid. So we can adjust as necessary.
but that's what I was about to say, we don't know that that'll be the case, but we'll make those adjustments as necessary. Now, this money will be in the budget until such contracts are signed and pay requests are made based on the advancement of the project. Is that,
Yes, ma'am, but that's with all the projects.
yes,
And I mean, that's understood. With all the projects, they are contingent upon grants and the progress of the project. And the only thing I took offense was that the project we had in question, now, man, I appreciate putting the funding there, that it just was, for all practical purposes, if there are no dollars in the allocation, the project ends. And even the work that they're doing to allocate to acquire property, nobody would move forward with acquiring property without there being any promise of future appropriation. So that's what got me all riled up, is it stops the project dead in its tracks. And I have no problem with any of the projects that we have, but they're not mutually exclusive. You can't say one is more important than the other when people and the council has voted to support all of them. That's all I want, is that we look at all our projects in an equitable way.
any other questions?
Can we get an update? I still would like to know an update on where we are with the grants, because a lot of the money that we are putting into that project still is dependent on grant funding. And if has been submitted, can we just get an update on what
That's a legitimate request, and we can get that update to you.
that
And
looks
also,
like?
I think, we should have that presented to you in our DMP family as we move forward.
I can make that happen for our upcoming one.
Okay. I don't want any projects to be stopped, but I feel like if we're gonna make sure everybody's held accountable, people need to be held accountable for whatever they say they're gonna do within the projects that they have.
Some kind of movement, that's what she's trying to say. We don't, besides hiring someone for Delta Rhythm and Bayous to oversee that project, we don't see any movement as far as, I think that's what she's saying.
Oh, yeah, and that project's being managed by our Economic and Development, Department. You can ask Ms. Lori, Walker at any time on anything relative to that project, and she'll be able to tell you what's going on. And it's not something that is being done outside of city government.
And I believe that, isn't it Michael McCray that is the coordinator or something?
He is a specialist. He's not, but Ms. Walker is gonna be the point person that supervises, that particular entity. He works for her.
See, they should have been here as well. to give this a brief, you know,
Now, they would,
should've been.
well, what I'm saying is.
you talking
Not
millions?
necessarily.
Well, we're not talking pennies, we're talking about
I think they
millions of
planned to be
dollars.
here, but we're so far ahead of schedule, they had no way of knowing. I talked to Mr. Matthews, Ms. Walker, about this, and they are aware, but if you look at our schedule, the schedule that was shown to them is this comes up at 4 o'clock. And we're so ahead of schedule that
I didn't know they were going to be here, because I did talk to Mr. Matthews about this.
I've been.
This morning, he was here earlier, and I did tell him this is what we were going to do.
Right.
And we didn't talk about him being here, cause normally he's not here when we do.
Yeah, he's, but I did talk to Ms. Walker about, the meeting. Now, I didn't get a confirmation whether she'd be here, but she knew the schedule, but the schedule has 4 o'clock. So that, if anything, if they had intended to be here, they had no way of knowing unless the clerk would have informed her that we're running way ahead of schedule, but those people were not on her list of calls, so they were not actually presenting.
Well, we could have informed them with this change, but we didn't know, because they normally are not here, and we didn't discuss them being here, and they didn't indicate they would be here. And I did have a conversation with him in this room this morning.
I saw it earlier, but I did talk to Ms. Walker yesterday that since she is overseeing the Delta Rhythm and Bayous project, that it would be good that if she was here. I didn't get a confirmation whether she'd be here, but she was informed that at 4 o'clock, the 5X would be discussed.
My thing is, you're talking millions of dollars.